Thank you, friends, for the opportunity that you have given to me to speak to you. And I just want to begin by saying that these are truly unprecedented times. We have never been through times like this. And we see people are dying around us, and we always used to be concerned about spiritual things, but now huge physical needs around us. And we wonder what Jesus wants us to think in these times and what should be our attitude. Should we hide? Should we go and sit in one corner? And what should be our approach as believers? Is a question that is very much real in a time like this. That question has to be answered by us as believers. I think that's very important. And the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13 to 16, seems to point us in that direction in giving those answers. The passage says that you are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. हम पृथ्वी के नमक हैं, और परंतु यदि नमक का स्वाद बिगड़ जाए, वह फिर किस वस्तु से नमकीन किया जाएगा? That is what basically the verse says. पहली बात तो हम यहाँ ये देखते हैं कि you are the salt of the earth. पृथ्वी के नमक हो. The Bible does not say that we will become the salt. It is saying that you are the salt. It puts us in a place where we will be the salt or we will not be the salt. And if that salt does not have saltiness, then it is of no use. Meaning that if that salt does not have that distinctiveness, और दूसरे चीजों से हम जब अलग नहीं दिखेंगे, फिर उस नमक की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. And the Bible actually makes some very strong statements. Jesus says that if this salt does not have its worth, then it's only used to be thrown outside for people to trample on it. फिर किस वस्तु से नमकीन किया जाएगा? और बाद में कहते हैं कि फिर वे किसी काम का नहीं, केवल इसके लिए कि बाहर फेंका जाए. That is what the Bible says. And so it makes us to think that God has only two options for us. Either we are fulfilling His purposes or we are not fulfilling His purpose. And that is the story of salt as far as Jesus says. In the earlier days, salt was used for being a preservative, and it was mainly used also to bring flavor to food. And salt was a very costly thing. And when it was taken from the marshes, unlike how we take salt from the sea, it had some level of impurity in it. And so when the salt was evaporated and taken out, it left some impure part. And that is the part which Jesus is pointing to, which is no more salty as it should be, and therefore it is of no use. Then Jesus takes us to the next part of the whole discussion, and he says that you are the light of the world. Actually, this statement that Jesus makes is very interesting. वो कह रहे हैं कि तुम जगत की ज्योति हो. And then he goes on to say, a town built on a hill cannot be hidden. जो नगर पहाड़ पर बसा हुआ है वह छिप नहीं सकता. This word light of the world was used by the Jews only for certain very famous rabbis. And Jesus is looking at some very ordinary fishermen and very ordinary people and saying, you are the light of the world. And it is also very interesting because Jesus himself called that he was the light of the world. And he did not say that you are the light of Galilee or you are the light of this small place. He's saying you are the light of the world. When a town is built on a hill, पहाड़ पर जब एक नगर बसा रहता है, दूर से देखने में बहुत अच्छी लगती है. It's a beautiful thing to watch from a distance. And so Jesus is telling that if you are this light of this world, you are going to be a beautiful sight to behold. And that's also what he means. Then he goes on to say that neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand. और लोग दिया जलाकर पैमान के नीचे नहीं, परंतु दीवट पर रखते हैं. So, what is the meaning of that when we look at it in the same context? That people don't take a lamp and then cover it up. Why is Jesus saying that to us? We as believers, sometimes there is a tendency to go and hide. Because if we are the light, we will definitely attract the attention of people who do not like the light. And so to avoid that situation, we like to be in our corners and we don't like to be the light. And the temptation is there. So Jesus is saying, see, you cannot be like that. You have to be a lamp that is kept on its pedestal. And that's what he's meaning here. And which must be on its stand. It also tells us that light giving is an intentional thing. हम ऐसे भी नहीं कह सकते कि लाइट अपने आप चली जाएगी, नहीं. And later on it says, and it gives light to everyone in the house. तब उससे घर के सब लोगों को प्रकाश पहुंचता है. So Jesus is saying that our light has to be intentionally sent out. I've seen people say that God placed me here and this is the light that I can be. But he looked at the disciples and said, you are the light of the world. Did the disciples become the light of the world? They went all over the world and they gave light to hundreds and thousands of people. And you and I are beneficiaries of the light that they brought. And the passage continues in verse 16 when it says, in the same way, let your light shine before others. उसी प्रकार तुम्हारा उजियाला मनुष्यों के सामने चमके. What is Jesus telling us in this? And in fact, the portion afterwards says that so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. In the New Testament, this is the first time that God is calling himself as Father. And he's calling himself as Father of those people who are light givers. And the reason is he's saying, उसके कारण तुम्हारे भले कामों को देखकर तुम्हारे पिता की जो स्वर्ग में है बड़ाई करें. सो दुनिया वाले हमें देखकर ये कहेंगे, अरे इनका पिता कितना बड़ा है. And they will glorify God. And that is the intention of that whole fact that we are light givers. I just want to say this, that Jesus is somebody who was very honest with what he said. He never hid what he said. He was always very open with what he said. And in fact, the verses just before this, verse 11 and verse 12 of Matthew chapter 5, talks about persecution that will come to the disciples because they were the disciples of Jesus. That means light giving and being salt is not an easy thing. Firstly, we have to fight our own battles, and then we have to maybe go out, and then there will be people who may not like the light because who love their deeds which are in darkness. But Jesus was very honest. If you read Acts chapter 8 verse 1, it talks about the disciples being scattered everywhere, and they were just scattered from their homes. They had no more homes. We recently saw people just leaving their homes and just walking, and they just had no homes. And we see that in verse 3, we find Saul is going after these people and going to homes and dragging people out and persecuting them. But in the middle of this, we find also that there's a revival breaking out in Samaria. And these people who left home with nothing in their hand, they went and they told about the great news that they had come to know. We live in much better circumstances. We live in more easy times, I would say. Even in the middle of this difficulty, there is much provision for us and we are taken care of well. But when you look at these people, we think they had a separate class in them. That class is sometimes missing in us. If we want to be light givers, we really need to make up our mind whether that is. But then there is no other option, because if you are not an outward facing Christian in your Christian life, and if your Christianity is not a watered down version, or it itself is not rotting, then you cannot be, if it is rotting, then you cannot go out and try to preserve the world. And if your Christianity is a watered down version of light, compromised with everything, then you cannot do much in the world. आप एक विश्वासी हैं, आपकी जिंदगी इससे मैच होती है? Does it match with this, that you are the salt and the light? I want to challenge you to go and be that, because in a time like this, there are great needs and there are people required to stand up to the task. There is something that God has given us to help everybody around, and Jesus is expecting that we keep that distinctiveness in the world, not just in our character, but that we be that light which is on the stand and not just in one corner, and be happy with that kind of a calling in our life and that kind of a satisfaction which we might derive. May the Lord bless you with these words. That's my prayer. Thank you.